I'm Hasan Piker. This is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California and Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive. It's Thirsty Thursday here in Los Angeles, California. Vibes are pretty good and only slated to get better, as a matter of fact.
Coalition are you trying to build as you walk in the door, and how do you grow that coalition?
No, it's a great question, and it speaks to our commitment to not just win the race, but to build a coalition that can govern. And it's easy to look at Eric Adams now and see him as a caricature of a Republican cop and forget how he ran in 2021. He ran in 2021 telling New Yorkers that they didn't have to choose between safety or justice. And there was a large constituency that voted for him that was interested in those questions of not having to choose those two things. And that means there's a constituency beyond just progressives who want to see a different approach to public safety in our city, one that foregrounds evidence-proven strategies that we've seen be successful elsewhere in the country.
Guys, this is fake. You know that, right? Like, I can't believe there's people in the chat that will look at this and think it's real. Half the time, I want to troll along with this shit. And obviously, I retweeted it as well. But like, it's crazy because there are so many people who will either A, deliberately act as though this is not a joke at all, but it's sincere, or B, are so freaking brain broken. They're so brain broken that they genuinely don't understand that it's a joke. It's very, very annoying. Goddamn. Bro, I watched it live. What do you mean it's fake? Nah, it was super duper real. Yeah, you farted too much. The donuts were pistachio donuts. Hell, they were amazing. Are you a fan of the Spain national soccer team? Yeah, that's why I'm wearing their fucking kit. Viva España, baby. I need a Celtic top. I know I do. I will say the Zohran victory has sparked some interest, even from more radical elements, more radical people that I do know that normally would scoff at the DSA into engaging with the DSA and engaging with electoralism. So that's actually kind of cool as well. Now, obviously, these groups are marginal. They're tiny. They're ultimately inconsequential. But like, the way I see it is, if you got like well-read, ideologically minded people who consider themselves to be more radical in the DSA or whatever, but refuse to show support of the DSA up until now, getting on board, that means like normies are certainly going to be doing that in droves, right? I don't know what breezy politics is, by the way. My brother said that he started seeing this breezy politics stuff on his timeline a lot on his YouTube, and he's got like a very normie YouTube algorithm. So I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on there, but he said he started seeing a lot of this breezy politics shit on his timeline.
New York City debates, the mayoral
I heard.
debates.
I got involved, and I'm supporting Mr. Mamdani.
A lot of people are. Well, especially after that debate.
Right.
It seems like everybody else was essentially saying, I've been to Israel more than you've been to Israel. Like, I'm going to go to Israel before you do.
Right. They think they're campaigning to be foreign, minister for Israel or something.
Where would you go first?
The Holy Land.
Go to Israel.
Fourth trip to Israel. First trip to Israel.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City.
I love seeing the normie perspective and what their takeaway is from this like long interview, like this long debate. It was like 2 hours long, right? And it's so fucking funny that is what remained. That is what that was their primary takeaway, because that's what the media wanted to be the primary takeaway. I think this was a severe miscalculation. Okay, I'll be honest. I think it was a severe miscalculation. They just kept hitting over and over again this like Israel high line, and they thought that they could attack Zohran with that at a time when, especially in the Democratic Party, there is an immense amount of resentment towards Israel and the outsized role it plays in American foreign policy. Perhaps not a good line of attack that only ended up promoting the politician that stood against that kind of thing and said, no, fuck that. I'm just going to stay in New York. I'm running for mayor of New York. That's what it felt like to me. And they got lost in the anti-Israel angle of attack so hard that they didn't even hit Zohran on like, he's inexperienced. He wants to defund the police. He's like pro-gay or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I think Zohran still would have won in spite of like a more aggressive messaging campaign against Zohran that featured some of the other things, right? If they were to like actually fucking hit Zohran on like how young he is or how he said he wants to defund the police or all this other shit, like I do think that would have made a bigger dent, but I think he would have still been able to overcome. He would have been able to withstand that pressure. I think he would have been able to overcome all of that pressure. But because they were so invested in the Israel stuff, which is an incredibly unpopular position amongst the regular public, and an even more unpopular position amongst the Democratic voter base, that is an incredibly popular position in the media and in our politics. That dichotomy in opinion caused them to miscalculate. Like they believe their own bullshit. Oftentimes they're both stupid and malicious. But it does feel like to me this much Zohran Mamdani doesn't fuck with Israel sentiment came from a place of stupidity where they actually believed their own lies. I'm educating the youth. I'm educating the youth, and clearly I'm not doing a good job on educating the youth. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah. Okay.
It was very tragic, man.
Yeah, do you have a problem with that?
No.
That
Do you remember?
piss you off?
Do you remember what happened when
Wait.
9/11 happened? Did you say 9/11 was tragic?
Yeah. Okay.
It was very tragic, man.
Yeah, do you have a problem with that?
No.
That
Do you remember?
piss you off?
Do you remember what happened when 9/11 happened?
Do you remember what happened? You weren't even
Yeah.
around, bro.
Dude, was it?
You know KS? You know the guy who did it? Very concerned.
George Bush?
No.
Me too.
I mean, this is.
It was an inside job.
Hasan, that is not your color? Really? Interesting. Okay. What's up with all these football kids recently? What's the dealer's name? I'm just on my football kid arc, dude. Folks. Don't get it twisted. I hope everyone's having a fantastic one. We're doing personal news right now. Not much has happened in the world of HasanAbi's Piker, obviously, as you guys know. End of the broadcast last night. Spent time with the fam. Watched and finished Vigilante, the My Hero Academia. It got real slow it started off real good, but it got some slow ass. The final arc was in the first season was not that good. What else did I do? Not much else, honestly. I went to bed, woke up as always, early as heck. And what did I do in my early ass wake up? I went and I played basketball. Unfortunately, my ankle is not it's getting better in terms of like not hurting at all. It's been more than a week at this point. Obviously, it's almost about to be 2 weeks since I injured myself. Or wait, has it been 2 weeks? No. Has it been a week? When did I injure myself? Yeah, 2 weeks, like not last Sunday, the Sunday prior, right? It's almost about to be 2 weeks this Sunday. Anyway, I thought at this point it would have gotten better. Like it sucks. That's it. While I was doing an interview earlier today, my dad, while walking Kaya, fell at the park, and I got really scared. I forgot to mention that. I'm just getting him a bagel right now, but it's fine. He's all right. He's just got like a little bit of a muscle issue. Luckily, I don't think it's like a break or anything. It's not like a fracture or anything. He's all right. He's good.